Hi guys and welcome back to Irony Completed. So today I'm joining you with a completely naked face to film for you guys the Power of Makeup challenge. I know this was popular kind of middle of last year, like I am definitely late on this like bandwagon, but I was inspired to do it because Hannah Renee did one not that long ago, like definitely end of 2015. She did her take on this challenge and I just think that the power of makeup is such an inspired idea. Nikki Tutorials came up with it, if you guys didn't know, and basically the whole idea is that so many people nowadays think that if you enjoy doing your makeup and if you're a girl or a boy or whoever who wears a lot of makeup, that must mean that you don't love yourself and that you're doing it to impress other people and that you think you're ugly and you're insecure. And the idea of this challenge is that those things aren't true. You can love makeup and love yourself, and that's definitely true about me. I think that I look great like this, and I think that I look great in shit tons of makeup. There really is no insecurity reasons why I do makeup. I will happily leave the house without it, but at the same time there are things about myself that makeup can alter and change and make me feel more confident about, and there's nothing wrong with that either. And so I am going to do the Power of Makeup transformation today for you guys, and I'm going to do it on this half of my face because I have this gigantic spot on my chin. And that's the thing that I want to cover. Also, this is my good side, so when I take a picture, I mean, like, this is my bad side. So I'm going to do it on this side because this is my good side. Also, I do still have my nose piercing in. I've not got rid of it or anything. It looks a bit red and angry because I went out on Monday night and got like kind of drunk, and then I woke up on Tuesday morning and my nose ring was gone. I think it was still there when I got home on Monday night. Harsha said, my roommate said it was still there on Monday night when we got home, but it's gone now and I don't know where it is, so I need to go buy a new nose ring because the one that I've got is like too big for my face. It doesn't suit me, and I'm wearing a little star, I don't know if you can tell, but it looks really angry and red and disgusting, so just ignore that. And let's get on with the video. I'm gonna move my hair out my face. What? Sorry about that, my light on my camera died and I had to wait for it to recharge for a little bit, so hopefully it doesn't die again because I only recharged it for like an hour, so hopefully that's fine. I just want you to know that I'm filming this at like 10 o'clock at night and I'm very tired, so if I make no sense, that's why. But as I was saying, the first thing I'm going to do is spray this half of my face with the Pixi by Petra Glow Mist. I'm just like drenching my face in this, it smells so good. And then to moisturise slash kind of prime my face, I'm going to take the MAC Strobe Cream and mix it in with my moisturiser, which is by No. 7. And I'm going to take mostly strobe cream, but I do like to mix a little bit of moisturiser in when I use strobe cream, just because I like to, and then it saves a step. It saves me having to moisturise and then put like a hydrating primer on top. Does that make sense? I'm going to moisturise my whole face just because my face feels really dry right now. It'll be helpful a bit. It'll be helpful if I got a mirror. I like using MAC Strobe Cream under my foundation just to make things extra glowy and beautiful. Make sure everything looks really hydrated and plumped up and youthful. So I'm going to use the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is just the original one, and it is my favourite eye primer that I have tried thus far. I'm going to put it all over my eyelid. To set the primer and provide a smooth base for the eyeshadows that I'm going to lay down on top of it, I'm going to use Beaches and Cream by Makeup Geek on, it's kind of like a flat shader brush, but it's also kind of fluffy as well, so that makes no sense whatsoever. And I'm just going to pat this all over my mobile lid and up into the crease a little bit because I like to draw my crease on a little bit higher. And then I'm going to go in on the same brush and use Vanilla Bean. And I'm going to put this underneath my brow bone. And I don't like to highlight all the way under my brow bone, I just like to highlight the arch to give my eyes a lift. Sticking with Makeup Geek, I am going to take Creme Brulee on a kind of angled tipped fluffy eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to put that as a transition colour all throughout the crease. And I do tend to put this all the way through to my inner corner as well. I'm going to blend that out with a clean fluffy brush. On the same brush, I'm going to take Frappe, which is this one right here, and I'm going to put that in my crease in the same area, just slightly smaller. Just going to deepen up the crease and make everything look a little bit more three-dimensional. Now for my lid shade, I'm going to take this center colour right here, which is this beautiful bright golden colour, and that is called Karma. And this shade does have a little bit of fallout, so I am going to dampen a flat shader brush before I dip into that colour. And I'm going to put this all over my eyelid. And once again, blending it out. These eyeshadows really do blend themselves though, so you just very, very light blending. As you can see, that is just a really beautiful bright lid colour. Now I am going to take Bitten and use it in my outer V. This is a matte burgundy, which is my favourite colour for the outer V. I just think it makes my eyes look wabam beautiful. I'm only going to blend it to about halfway into my eyelid. And you know the drill? Blend, blend, blend. Before I move on to do my foundation and clean everything up, I am going to take a face wipe. I'm going to put my finger in there and I'm going to clean that up to make a nice sharp line following up from my lower lash line. This will make my eyes look more cat-like, but I will blend it out. It won't be this harsh when I've done my foundation. One last step before foundation, I'm going to take Professional by Benefit. I am just going to take a very small amount of this and I'm going to put this in all the areas where I get pores, which is kind of this area here. I'm going to press it into my skin, minimise the look of the pores, a little tiny bit around my nose, and then a tiny bit on my chin. And this really is the last step before I do foundation. I'm also going to use a colour corrector under my eyes because although I'm not going to put concealer on until after my foundation, it is definitely best to use colour correctors underneath your foundation. This one is a peachy one for the under eye. I'm just going to take a tiny amount of this and pop it where the pigmentation on my eye is the darkest, which is this very inner corner, and blend it out with my ring finger. The foundation that I'm going to be using today is the L'Oreal True Match in the shade NW... no. The foundation I'm going to be using today is in the shade N1, which is Ivory. I'm going to take 2 pumps on the back of my hand and dot it all over my face, and yes I am... oh, 2 pumps is enough for my whole face. What am I doing with my life? I am using the viewfinder as a mirror right now, sorry. I'm so unprofessional. I want to get like a crisp line, like down the centre of my face, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. And I'm going to blend this all into my face with the Real Techniques buffing brush, which is my favourite foundation brush. I like to kind of tap and then swipe downwards to mask the baby hairs on my face. I'm going to go in with a teeny bit extra just in this kind of area, like underneath my eye next to my nose, because that's where I feel like I need extra coverage, and I'm just going to pat that in with the same brush. I'm going to take this face wipe and make a really crisp line down the centre of my face so you guys can see the difference clearly. I look absolutely crazy. This colour does not match my face, but it matches my neck. Maybe this colour is a little pale for me, I really don't know. On any areas where I feel like there's a little bit of redness peeking through or spots peeking through, like this little spot on my chin right here, I like to go in with the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, and I find that this is best for the face. I have a shit ton of spots on my forehead right now, and fuck yeah, I want to conceal them. I use the same brush and patting motions to blend that in. Makes my eyebrow look so grey. I'm going to go in with a cream blush before I conceal my under eyes, just because I need to set my under eyes straight away and I don't want to use powder on my face and then a cream product. So I'm going to use this cream blusher by Illamasqua in the shade Seduce. I talked about this in my haul video. I've used it a couple times and I really like the colour. It's a nice liquidy cream, if that makes sense. So it's quite sheer. It doesn't... Are you fucking kidding me? No one will ever know. I'm going to blend this in with this teeny tiny stippling brush that I got from Primark. I Personally like to apply blush to the backs of my cheeks as opposed to the apples because I just think it suits my face shape the best. So that's just giving me a really nice flush of colour, not too intense or too pigmented, just nice and pretty and sheer. And I think this colour just makes you look like you're naturally flushing. Might add a teeny bit more because I don't think it's translating on camera very well. Now is the time that I'm going to go in and conceal my under eye with the Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay. I'm in the shade Fair Neutral, which I think is the lightest shade, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to make like a little baby triangle shape under my eye. I'm going to highlight the tip of my nose and also the bridge of my nose. A little bit on my forehead. Teeny bit on the cupid's bow. And one stripe on my chin. Simple. For the stuff on my face, I'm going to blend it in with this Deluxe Crease Brush from Real Techniques. Do I look brightened? I'm going to start by blending this in with this brush, but then I'm going to go with my finger. And I'm going to further clean up that line that I created for the wing of my eyeshadow. And I'm not going to go into the blush too much. I like to first just spread the product with that brush, and then I like to go with my finger because I feel like patting is the best way to blend out this concealer. I'm going to go ahead and quickly set my under eyes with the MUA Skin Define Hyrdra-powder with vitamin E and jojoba, and I'm going to use this brush by Real Techniques again called the Expert Face Brush. I'm going to make sure that the creases are gone from under my eyes, and then I'm going to set it real quick in a patting motion. And I'm also going to set just around the nose, a little tiny bit in the very centre of my forehead. Basically all the areas that we highlighted. And to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Naked Skin Powder by Urban Decay. I'm going to tap a little bit into the cap, and then I'm going to use it on this 17 Cheeks brush. This is not a matte powder or anything by any means. I personally just enjoy setting my face, even though I do like the luminous, dewy look. I like setting my face, which is why I like that powder, because it's not mattifying and it's very finely milled and it just gives a very natural finish to the skin. I would just use this powder all over my face, including under my eyes, but it's a little bit dark to use under my eyes. I'm going to finish up the eyes, and to start off with I'm going to blend out this line a little bit that I've created, like the sharp line that I've created. I'm just going to make it a little bit more smoky and also just check that the foundation didn't disrupt any of the shadows. Beautiful! On the same pencil brush as before, I'm going to take a mix of Creme Brulee and Frappe, which were the two first shades I used in my crease, and I'm going to blend them all underneath my eye, all the way underneath. I like a very, very, very smoky lower lash line, personally. I also like to connect everything to the outer corner of my upper eyelid as well. Now on this Avon smudger brush, I'm going to take the red shade that we put in the outer V, and I'm going to take that on the outer corner of my lower lash line. I'm going to blend this out quite a lot, but I am going to make it quite smoky, and I definitely want to be able to tell that there is a red shade there. Reds, browns and golds are my favourite colours that I like to use on my eyes because I just think they make my eye colour pop, and I like using these winey shades and these warm coloured tones. I'm going to tightline my upper lash line using Zero by Urban Decay. I'm going to put Demolition by Urban Decay in my waterline. And finally, to finish up the eyeshadow, I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called I'm Peachless by Makeup Geek again, and I'm going to put that in my inner corner with my pinky finger. This is the most brightening, most beautiful shade to use all over the lid or in your inner corner, and I just want to make my eyes pop. This is such a beautiful, like peachy, pinky, orange duochrome. This is going to make your eyes look really, really big and bright and awake, and I think it's the most beautiful inner corner colour. I think it's my favourite Makeup Geek eyeshadow that I own. I don't always like to wear a winged liner, but if I do, then I always use the Collection Extreme 24-hour felt tip liner, and although I don't use a winged eyeliner every single day of my life, I do like using it when I'm going for a smoky look like this, because this is definitely something that I'd wear on a night out, and when I want to glam it up and make things super intense and beautiful, I do use a felt tip liner. So I'm going to start from the centre of my eyelid, and I'm going to follow the lower lash line to create my wing. Now I like to make it very, very thin and tapered towards my inner corner. Applying eyeliner in this shape where it goes very, very thin towards the inner corner and you extend your eye shape with the wing but round it out towards the middle will make your eyes look longer and more feline but also more round at the same time, if that makes any sense. To finish off the eyes, I'm going to curl my eyelashes and I'm going to apply some Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I'm going to do that off camera because that's pretty boring. As I said, I used Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara on my top lashes, and then as a second coat and also on my bottom lashes I used this Eyeko mascara, the Black Magic mascara. This is a new thing that I've been doing lately. I'm just going to quickly zoom you in on the eyes so that you can see the difference. To be fair, this is my slightly more hooded eye because I do have hooded eyes when I look straight ahead. This is my slightly more hooded eye, but because of the shape of the eyeshadow and the eyeliner, this eye just looks more lifted and more pretty and more bright because of the gold and the inner corner colour. And obviously there is a massive difference between my natural eyelashes, which to be fair are pretty dark and pretty long, but nowhere near as dark and long as these ones. Which eye do you prefer? To be fair, I like both eyes equally as much. I just think that this eye looks more glam and the colours are more fun and representative of my soul. I'm going to zoom out now. So with the eyes done, I will move on to eyebrows because I think the eyebrows frame the eyes and I look weird with all this grey foundation in my eyebrows. So I'm going to comb them through with a spoolie brush. This one's from number 7. Any spoolie will do. The thing that I've been doing the most lately is taking Mocha by Makeup Geek on a little tiny angled brush because my hair is quite warm now that I've got red tones to it. I did dye it again, which is why it looks really shiny. I just think that Mocha is the perfect colour because it is slightly warm toned but it's not so warm that it makes my eyebrows look crazy. First thing I like to do is draw a line underneath my eyebrows, like all the way underneath from the front all the way to the tail. And don't judge this eyebrow because it's sister eyebrow. This eyebrow over here is naturally more gifted than this eyebrow over here. I'm going to draw a similar line from on the top, but only from about halfway through all the way down to the tail, as opposed to from the front, because I like to keep the front quite natural looking. And I'm going to fill in the tail as well. I don't really need to draw on my eyebrows or like make the shape bigger. I just like to define it and define that arch and define that tail and fill it in just a little bit. I'm going to take whatever's left on my brush and brush it up through the front to keep things soft. Then obviously I'm going to go through and comb that colour through to disperse it a little bit, blend it a little bit with the same spoolie brush. And because I have super long brow hairs, I like using the Maybelline Brow Drama. This one's in dark brown to set my eyebrow hairs in place to make sure that the front stays lifted and doesn't fall, and to make sure the arch doesn't fall, because I don't like drawing on much of an arch. I actually like drawing quite straight-ish eyebrows, but I do want a little bit of definition to the arch. And I like brushing them up as the front because it just makes everything look really like bushy and natural and Cara Delevingne. And I am quite naturally gifted in the brow department, I'm not gonna lie. Thank you to my grandma for having Italian blood in her. To bronze up my face, I'm going to take the bronzer from this Too Faced blushing bronzer in Carrie and Big. And I'm actually going to take on a blush brush. This is a really big fluffy brush from number 7. Blush brush, oh my god. And I'm just going to put this all over the perimeter of my face to warm everything up. I'm not contouring with this by any means because it is a very warm and also quite a shimmery bronzer. I'm just warming up the periphery of my face because I think I look quite pale sometimes. And then I will go in and contour using this Collection contouring kit, the darker shade. And I really love the Real Techniques contour brush for contouring. I think it's a great brush for carving out them cheekbones. I just like to contour my cheekbones, the sides of my forehead, in those places where I put that warmer bronzer as well, because I have a ginormous forehead. The fringe helps now. Also underneath this part of my jaw. to make it look sharp enough to cut a man. And then also on my double chin. I also often like to contour just the underside of my nose to make the tip more defined, and underneath my bottom lip. To highlight my face, I'm going to take this super intense highlighter. This one's by MUA. It is the Undress Your Skin highlighter in Iridescent Gold. And because it's so intense, I am going to take it on a fan brush along the tops of my cheeks, above the arch of my eyebrow. I'm also going to take this a little bit on the tip of the nose, just the tip, and then also just this little bit here, the bridge again. Same places where I put the matte highlighter earlier. And then of course the Cupid's bow. Do I not glisten? And this side is just slightly shiny because of the lights that's on me. And I'm going to go in with a clear lip liner because I don't have a lip liner that matches the lip colour that I'm going to use. And this is an Urban Decay lip liner in Ozone. Just clear. I like to fill in my whole lip with this as like a primer. Because of the red in my eye and because I also just really like pairing bronzy eyes with this colour, I'm going to go in with MAC Sin, which is a very, very deep, rich burgundy colour. This is my favourite MAC lipstick that I own. I know I talk about Velvet Teddy all the time, but this one, look at it. Look at that. This is matte as well. I did put on a lip balm before I started filming. So that's everything. This is the completed look. As you can see, there's quite a bit of a difference between this side of my face and this side of my face. You can love both sides. I love this side of my face just as much as I love this side, and vice versa. I think that makeup is amazing. It's an amazing tool, and I'm so glad that it exists because it can help you with your insecurities and it can help you kind of feel more confident and empowered in situations. And I do feel like makeup is empowering. I don't care if that makes me a bad feminist. I think that makeup is an empowering thing. But I also think that it's important to remember that this side is just as beautiful and that you should love your natural face as much as you love your made up face, but that also you shouldn't feel ashamed for feeling like you want or need to make up your face. Number one, you don't need makeup, no one needs makeup. But there is nothing wrong with feeling like you need a little mascara, or you want a little mascara, or you want a little blush or a little lipstick just to perk yourself up. But seriously guys, this was just a really fun video to film, and I do think it's crazy to see the difference between this side and the power of makeup, like the challenge is called. I also think it's important to remember that the point of this original video was to love both sides of yourself, but also to prove that makeup is fun. Makeup isn't just because you're insecure and you want to impress a boy or a girl, and also that makeup is art. This shit is art. Just so you know. I do feel that way very, very strongly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Tumblr or Instagram, they'll be linked down in the description along with all the products that I used and all that kind of thing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Which side do you like best? I like them both equally. See you guys in my next video. Bye!